On the darkest night of the year, when the dead, to terrorize the living, rise from their graves.
I said graves. Control, why did you send me a wardrobe? Because this is a wardrobe, right? What the hell?
When the dead rise from their wardrobes, you will be surrounded by evil.
Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, so welcome to YACC, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game, I play it for a week, and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is the Wardrobe, the even better edition, and it's a 2D point-and-click that was released on PSN this year, 2022. Developed by Clinic Games and published by Games Interactive, and there will be spoilers about it, just so you know. But first, a little backstory. As I was browsing PSN, I found this game, and it has a certain appeal to it. It kind of reminded me of the old days with the MTV and the Beavis and Butthead. It has that crude kind of art style that I like, and it's kind of dirty in a way. So the game starts with a cutscene between two kids, Ronald and Skinny, and they're out having a picnic. And Ronald feeds Skinny a plum, and he has an allergic reaction to it, and he dies. And this game has a very dark humor that I like, and it will become evident further on. So Skinny becomes a skeleton that lives in Ronald's closet without his knowledge. This is like right off the bat, like, what? I don't know. It's funny. So sometime later, Skinny gets out of the closet to talk to Ronald's hamster because for some reason, Skinny can talk to animals, living or dead, probably some voodoo dark magic or something. So Ronald's hamster's name is Nut. I'm just like a kid. I like stupid nut jokes, but anyway, Nuts tells a joke about Skinny being allergic to plums, and yet it doesn't matter now because a skeleton doesn't have a throat or lungs, so he can't have an allergic reaction. And for some reason, Ronald has stopped talking since Skinny died. So this is kind of like a sad thing where he's just become a mute kind of character. So for some reason, Skinny needs to go to the bathroom, which is in the room next to the left of this room, basically. Yet again, skeletons don't have bladders, so I don't get it. So while he's in the bathroom, two movers arrive. They're supposed to... So Ronald's family is about to move out, but Skinny doesn't know about this. So they basically take all the stuff and move it out of there. So when Skinny comes out of the bathroom, he realized that everything is gone, even his like closet. And that's the whole thing about the... this is his quest, basically, to get back to Ronald's new house and get back to his closet. Because there's some kind of magic tied to it, and it's like a curse, which has become irrelevant to the end of the game. But anyway, I forgot about it. The bathroom acts as a tutorial. So in the bathroom, you learn how to play the game, and it's kind of simple. You have like objects you can interact with. So if you press the R1 button, everything that you need is clickable or interactable, lights up. And it's perfect. That's exactly how a point and click should be. Otherwise, it's a pixel hunt for finding the thing you need. So you just learn to like click like a green satchel, like a green bag, and you get some items out of it. I don't remember which one. There is a medicine cabinet, which you can take your cousin's like pills. It's just specified that he stopped taking his pills and he kind of disappeared. And I thought that was funny. I don't know. The pills become important later on. And in the shower, there is a chainsaw, and the curtains are full of blood. So I think that's a reference to Scarface. And in every scene of this game, there is something related to pop culture and whatnot, and I think that's brilliant. But at the end, it's like all and everywhere, and it's, you know, not, it's just kind of weird. So in this room, there's also like a fur of a bear, or like a pelt of a bear, and he can talk. Skinny can talk to this pelt, and he just, while he talked to him, I think this funny, he just stands on him and interacts and starts talking. And the bear is kind of an asshole, and for some reason, the bear has a crush on the rubber duck. That's on the bathroom, like the bathtub, and I don't know why, but if you squeeze the duck, he said, "Don't do that to my lady," you know. It's just this, I don't know. I find these kind of things weird. You can interact with like the waste paper basket, and he just looks into it, but you never. He has like a horrid expression on his face, but you never know exactly what he's looking at. And for some reason, there's like a dart, you know, like you throw darts at it. It's like a dart board. And I mean, there's a lot of things you pick up and interact with, I guess. So you go back into Ronald's room and everything is moved from that place except for like a bed, and there is an arcade cabinet. And Skinny says there's no time to play it in the arcade, but I was like, there's always time to play. There's no excuse. You have to play the arcade. But anyway, you walk into the next room, and it's more like a living room. It has some references to the pictures on the wall are basically just like a Slender Man picture, and there is a sofa which is shaped like a creeper from Minecraft, and there are on the wall there's like a shelf. There is a jar of like grandma kind of candy. I think it's chewing gum, and there's like some dentures in a jar, and there's a trash monster just standing there in front of a Coke machine, but it says grog, so it's a reference to Monkey Island. Lots of reference. So you talk to the trash monster, and he wants revenge on the world for some reason, but he's not too smart, so he doesn't know how to go about it. So I don't know, I find it funny because he has this kind of squeaky kind of voice, like I don't know, but it will become important later. So for some reason you can't walk down the stairs. I guess the movers are there and you can't be seen by the movers. Because you're a skeleton and all. And this is the part where I got stuck, because you use everything on every kind of thinkable object and you try like brute forcing it, but you couldn't figure it out. So the solution was to go back into the bathroom and flush yourself down the toilet. Which is logical because that's how things work. So you end up in the sewers, and there you can pick up a line from a boat that's been sunk. And there's also a crocodile there, or like an alligator. I think it's a crocodile. And he complains about a toothache. And it's kind of funny. He escaped from the prison. So I think this is a reference to the Batman comics, like the Killer Crook kind of story arc. But I don't know. So you help him out later. That's part of the whole story. So there are two ways you can go. You can go up like a ladder, then you end up in an alleyway, and there's like a construction site next to the alleyway, and to the right of the alleyway is a fat guy blocking the way. But and there's also like a Spider-Man outfit in one of the dumpsters. I don't know. But going back down into the sewers, there's a brick wall that you can kick down, and you end up in a bar. So I thought it was funny. It's like a bar where there's a mummy behind the counter, and you can... Mummies can't talk. He's just a mummy. Skinny has this monologue about all these kind of crazy options that you can say, and and one of the funnier lines that he delivers well: has anyone told you that like you're a good listener? And the answer is always like 3 dots, like ... And I thought it was funny. But you can pick up the tanker on the counter, and the puzzle to this is you're supposed to go back into the sewers and take some sewage water, which is really gross, and you're supposed to mix it with the cousin's medication, like his psycho pills, I guess. And there's some more like the solution to this, but it becomes like an explosion cocktail, and you're supposed to feed this to the trash monster so he can... This is just so ridiculous. He gets like buff and strong, so he can remove a piece of the bed, like one of those knobs, so you can burn it with a blowtorch. So you can extract it like screw thing and put it into a drill, so you can remove whatever is stuck in a crocodile's teeth, so you can get some gears to a watch, which is on the top of the stairs of the bar. And I mean, this took a long time for me to figure out, but this is basically how adventure games works. You try everything with anything, and if that doesn't work, you just brute force it. So I figured out a couple of things you could do. You open up the inventory and you combine items. So the way you do this, you open up the inventory and you hold the X button. It isn't like self-explanatory. I think it was in the tutorial at the beginning at the bathroom, but you can choose to skip it. So I think I skipped it by accident. So the way you just drag things and put it on things, it's not always logical how that goes. So gameplay. Point and click your way through this crazy world and get back your closet and reunite with Ronald in the end. Control, the left stick moves the cursor around, the X button interacts, and if you hold the X button you get like more options at the things you're supposed to click. So you can get like a dialogue option, and you can get like an interactive option. There are a couple of icons you can click if you hold. The R1 button like shows hotspots, and it's perfect. That's how it's supposed to be, so you know what's clickable and not. Otherwise it's a pixel hunt. The triangle button brings up the map when you get that. The option button brings up the options like saving and all these kind of extra goodies. And the sensor bar at the middle, like the middle button of the controller, it centers the cursor to the top left. I don't know why, but it does this if you push it. Maybe it's like a quick kind of function. And the circle button just goes back. Graphics. They use the Unity engine for this and Fmod. So, it's a universal engine that you use. And it looks like, as I said before, like an MTV, kind of like a commercial for MTV, like Beavis and Butthead or The Simpsons. There's something maybe more akin to the show Metalocalypse about the death metal band Death Clock. That is more accurate. It has this crude kind of drawing, kind of flash style, which I like. And it's full of like all these references. As I said, every scene has like a reference or some joke or some fourth wall breaking. It's like one of those paintings when you look, you can always see like a new thing popping up, like Where's Waldo? There's always something to look at. Sound and music. Hope basically composed every track except 2, I think, and he spells his name with like lots of numbers and letters. His real name is El Antonio. I also liked the sound effects. There's this funny scene where one of the movers is supposed to break into the bathroom or like a door, and he just bumps into it, and he, with the shoulder kind of crash in, and the other guy is like making fun of it on the other side of like hallway, and it's muffled because he's not in the same room. So the foliage and sound effects are actually quite good, but sometimes they clip. There's like this weird kind of sound balance. I don't think they use compressors, or sometimes, if you're rushed, you kind of don't look at like the audio curve, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's a minor little nitpick. Easter eggs, secrets, and glitches. As I said, every frame has like so many references and dialogue options and whatnot that reference to other things. So I can only name a few. Crash Bandicoot, and there's like the Slender Man, Monkey Island, and The Shining that has like a poster. I thought that was funny. King Kong, Grim Fandango. There's a lot of adventure references here and there. So in conclusion, I said both yes and no because it's complicated. It all depends on your taste. I think the game was funny, but at the end of it became too much, and it's like forcing down ice cream, right? Ice cream is good, but after just so much, you kind of get fed up on it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's one of the things. As I said, it's a plus for me that the game is full of pop culture and references to other games. That's one of the things I like. I like pop culture and memes and jokes. On the negative side, it kind of drags. As I said, it's a lot of repetition. It's like a wall at the end, and sometimes when it comes down to point and clicks, it's not obviously where you're supposed to go and you get stuck, and the obvious solution is not the obvious solution, if that makes sense. Also, there's like a dialogue option where Skinny just talk to objects and people and everything. And most of these dialogue options insults the player, calling you an idiot. And after so many, when you try to brute force the game, you try to talk to everything, and he just calls you stupid and your mom and everything else. It's so uncalled for. It's like, why? I'm just trying to figure out, and he's just like, well, you're stupid. What do you think? You can talk to a box. I was like, I don't know. You can talk to a pelt in the bathroom, like a bear pelt. Why can I talk to a box? Sometimes you can talk to like a tiki statue, give it bubble gum. Maybe I can talk to a box. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.